Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very cool video of installing a backup camera in my BMW E46. As many of you guys know, I do have PDC, but a while back I tried to add a backup camera before I had PDC with the license plate light mounted camera, and it looked awful. My LEDs didn't match. Now today I'm here to install a proper backup camera. Yes, we will be drilling into that little hang-off piece where the trunk button is, and I will be drilling into that and fitting a proper backup camera that will be mounted closer to the middle and will look so much better than having that ugly license plate looking one. Like always, before I get started with today's video, give this video a huge thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you are new, and also if you guys would like to buy this backup camera and buy it, please use my Amazon affiliate link that is linked below. Guys, I get a small commission that helps go back into the channel to fund these products, so consider using my Amazon affiliate link if you're buying this product, and just consider using my Amazon affiliate link when you're buying any product. I will have that also linked down in the description. So before we begin with actually wiring up and installing this backup camera, I'm going to remove my radio and test that this backup camera works before running all wire, just because it is a lot of work and I don't want to get a dead camera. I've seen that happen, and we just want to make sure everything's working properly before we run it throughout the whole car. So I'm going to set you guys up in a time lapse of removing the radio. We're going to temporarily wire it up and test if it works. So taking a look at the backup camera, here is the actual backup camera right here. It has this nice little small cable to snake, which I really like. We then have the wiring harness. This is the signal that we're going to wire up to the radio. We have to give it 12 volts up front. Here's the wire that connects to the camera, and then we have to give it 12 volts positive and negative in the back. And then one last thing, we also have the locking nut washer and a nice little seal that we are going to put around the camera so it makes a nice weather tight seal. So as you guys saw, I did pull the radio out, and here is a look. The car is in reverse, and you can see we have an image. What I did is, you do not need this wire right here, or you could use this wire. So you could use this wire that's coming off of the video, or you could use the two wires back here. It does not matter. If you were to have LEDs, I think LEDs on your backup camera as more light, I think you would need to use this and this, but because there's no LEDs, it's just this. Or you could use this. But the reason why I'm not using this is because the camera battery right here from the radio is actually still giving a couple volts when the car's off, so I didn't want that. But the way I wired it in, I wired it into this one right here, and I don't think you can see that, but it says AC, like acknowledgement site video, and that's what allows you for the reverse camera right there. I put my car in reverse and it pops up. So we are now going to install the backup camera. We're going to deal with the back lid, take that apart, drill the hole and wire it in. And then obviously running the cables to the front is usually an easier part, so we'll save that to the end. So coming along to the back, the first thing that you are going to need to remove is this trunk liner that sits right up here. I've already removed mine, but basically there's a couple of pins here. There is two screws that hold this piece on that sit right here and here, but again, there's just these pins that you need to pull off, and then this thing will pull down. And I recommend removing your license plate and license plate holder while you're at it too. Now to remove the handle assembly, there's a screw here. There's 4 T20 screws. You can't see them all, but there's one here, 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 and here. So they're on two sides of the license plate and on the ends. Now once you have popped out this trim piece, there are 2 pins on the side. You're going to look for this cable right here that has the hard, like rubbery coating, and pull it off, and then this whole assembly right here should come off. And you can see my really bad backup camera, but if you pull this wire out, bam, and then we have this really bad backup camera that I'm going to get rid of in a second. So I'll be right back once I get this fully out. So the next thing to do once you have this piece out, I definitely recommend cleaning it, but is to remove these 2 Phillips head screws. Okay, now once those are out, you're actually gonna have to pry this piece out. It fits into there and it's just shoved up in there, and we're gonna have to pry that out to be able to get behind there to get the nut on for the backup camera. So I definitely recommend getting a plastic pry tool somewhere in here. I actually bought a new seal. I have to go get that inside the house to hopefully seal this up, so I'll be right back. I now have the piece separated. Unfortunately, mine was pretty messed up and it's even painted because this was a Mako job on the car. Yours may or may not be more difficult to take out, but mine was pretty difficult to take out in this piece. You just kind of have to bend this piece back and pry up here, and it allows this piece to just pull out like this, and this is your actual switch. Fortunately, this got all messed up due to me having that crappy backup camera, and I'm going to fix that right now. So we are now going to find the spot where we are going to drill. We're going to line it up and we're just going to drill. I'm going to drill right here, and that should get a nice clean mark. So let's just measure it one more time. Basically what we're ensuring is that we can mount this piece further enough back so it sits flush and not too far forwards. And again, I'm drilling it right in the middle. It's now drilled. Again, still needs to be a little bigger. I started off small, but we need it big enough to fit that, and then we'll be able to put this through. Again, don't worry if you drill it too big, because there is a nut going around it, and the nut's pretty big and with the washer, so you shouldn't have an issue with that. So I'm gonna drill it a little bigger now. There's how it's looking. It's gonna sit on that side, and you could even angle it in a little. I'm probably gonna just leave it flush, but look at that. It's so close now, and you don't have to worry. It looks so much cleaner. So let's go put the little grommet on. So I had to take the camera back out. I forgot to put this little piece of 3M adhesive and just help it make a nice seal. So I just snaked it through the whole thing, and then I'm gonna snake it back through, and I'm gonna pull off the side, and then we're gonna stick it to it, and then we're gonna put the washer and nut on, and it is an 11mm, and the nice thing is they put a little slit in it so it can slide right over it, but it is 11mm, so it should be pretty easy. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so it looks like we now have that mounted, and we can install. We are going to have to drill another hole, unless you already have one. Looks like another hole to allow this cable to snake through and into the trunk. So I'm gonna find a good spot to drill that once I kind of have this situated back. So it looks like right here is a pretty good spot. This is where the screw hole goes, but it looks like there's a little bit of room right next to it to drill. So I'm gonna drill right there. Once done, we can now reinstall this piece. It should only go in one way. Now before I install the trunk handle back in, I am going to replace this piece of this little grommet. My car didn't even have this foam, so the part number is 51138244713. I will link this down below. Nice little piece. My car was completely missing it, and I think it was pretty cheap off FCP Euro. So I will try to find you guys a link and link it below. Okay, it is now time to take the old piece and snake everything through. So you can see probably there's a little hole, and just snake everything through. Backup camera wire first, just because it's longer, and then you can just pull it through on the other side. And then snake through the other cable for the actual plug. And you'll notice that it's like double walled, so you do have to get it through 2 holes. Just be mindful of that. And you can kind of see the second hole. The first hole you can see from the outside is a rectangle, and the second hole on the inside is a circle. So just pull both those through. Okay, once you have the piece back assembled, you now are left with this cord. I'm going to snake it down to here, and we're going to route it. One thing to note is you could use a coat hanger to route it through here, but I'm going to try to use my old cable, tie it around, and pull it through and see if I have any luck with that. So I'm gonna throw you guys in a time lapse of me snaking the cable now. Okay, I finally have the wire down here, and I'm going to snake it through the cabin now, and I'm just gonna, again, try to use this wire. There should be less resistance now, and I should be able to pull this through. But if this isn't the case for you, you are just going to have to flip down the seats and snake it through the cabin. Not too difficult. I did it the first time, but I'm not gonna make more work for myself if I already have this little cable that I wanna get rid of and taken out of the car anyways. Now we have to remove the bottom seat and this pillar right here, so let me do that now. Now, one thing is, I'm just gonna zip tie this up to the original bundle. I'm not going to take off this panel. You can if you want to. Mine is just a pain to get off, so I will not be taking this panel, the rear door card, off today, but I'll take off the bottom door sill piece and show you how to snake it up front. So unfortunately, my camera died on me. I've been using it all day. So what I am doing now is I'm filming on my iPhone. I'm not going to be able to do time lapses of showing the overall process, but here's what we're going to do. I took out my glove box and I'm snaking the cable all along the side. I'm just gonna snake it all the way up. And there's a little opening somewhere up there. We're just gonna snake it up to the radio and then we'll hook it up. So I'll be back once I have it hooked up to my radio. So here is a shot. Again, I ended up connecting it to this. I think it will be fine. It only puts out a very, very low voltage, and it could just be because I didn't let the car sit for 20 minutes, and then maybe after 20 minutes I believe it does kill all the power to that. But this is how I have it wired for now. I didn't end up wiring it in the back. I thought this would just be an easier way. So right here it says Act Site Video, as you can see right here, and that's the one you want to plug it into. And then right where it actually says, check this out, it says Gamma, battery plus, but that's your 12 volts basically, so that will allow the camera to turn on and off. So that's how I have it wired up. I'm gonna put everything back in and then show you guys the finished product. All right guys, so it is the next day. Sorry that my camera did die. I do want to show you guys the finished product. So we're back with my camera, and right now if I put the car in reverse, we get what's behind me, and you heard my PDC beep, and that also works too. However, it does not show up on the display like iBus mentions it, and I think it has to do with this radio in the way that it engages reverse, but I will double check on that, and if I find any more information I will get back to you. That is possible. However, you may notice when you put your car in reverse, like I mentioned earlier, that nothing pops up. It just stays at whatever screen you're on, and you have to enable the reverse camera. So what you want to do is you want to go to settings, you want to go car, you want to scroll down to factory settings, you want to click, you want to type in 126, that's the password. Yours should be the same if you have the Advent 4. And then you're going to scroll down, you want to go to other, and you're going to scroll down and you're going to look for prohibit reverse. Make sure that is enabled. So if I had it disabled, I'll show you what happens. So that's disabled, and car reverse. You heard my PDC beep, brought up my PDC app. Nothing actually happened, it didn't show what was behind me. That is because you need to enable this setting right here. So you go car again, not extra settings, we want to go factory settings. We want to type in 126, we want to press done, we want to press OK, and then prohibit and reverse, like I said, enable that, bam. The next thing I wanted to talk about with the backup camera, if you go under extra settings, and then you can reverse the way, you can have reversing volume, and if you have that off, it turns the volume off on your car. So when you put in reverse, if you have music going, it shuts that off. But what I want to show is reverse view ruler. This is what basically, when I put the car in reverse, that's what shows these lines up on the camera. My PDC's going off because I'm really close to something, but as you saw, those ruler lines are enabled through the software. You can also do it on your camera. Some cameras, the camera that I have and the camera that I'll link in the description, that has a wire you can cut and shows its own lines, but I'd like to be able to turn them on and off just like that. So that is why I did it through the software and not the hardware. Now I did want to also give you guys a look at the actual backup camera, and look how clean mounted it is. It looks so good. And if we look under, we get a view up here. You should be able to see I have my license plate lights here, and I have my other one right here, and it sits right in between, and it just looks good. So hopefully you guys, that's what it looks like under, and I just think it looks so good. It's closer mounted to the middle, and it really looks much better than having just the camera mounted right here so far away, and it uses up partial, if you guys had LEDs, it uses up that, and you'll never get them to match the two colors. So this looks a heck of a lot better, and I really liked the finished product. So here is another shot of what the backup camera looks like. It looks really good. You can even see the bumper a little bit, which is really nice. You know actually how close you are, because you know these lines aren't necessarily the most accurate thing, but they're pretty close if you look where the red is. So I think it's a pretty good indication of where you actually are, but I just want to give you guys another look of what the backup camera looks like on screen. I'd say this camera looks pretty good for the E46. It fits in well, and the graphics on it are not that bad. They're pretty good, much better than any factory one that comes on a car. So that will conclude the video of me installing a backup camera in my BMW E46. I think it looks way better than the license plate light mounted ones. I had one of those, like I said, it looked awful. My LEDs for my license plate lights never matched. One was so much brighter than the other, so I was really happy that I could find a solution that mounts it closer to the center and looks better. It really goes with the E46 and does not stand out or look tacky. So that is a huge plus, especially with the age of this car, and it integrates really well with my Advent 4 radio, and I still have the ability for PDC. If you guys would like to buy this camera, link will be down below. Please consider using my link that I've linked below, as I get a small commission. And please check out my Amazon affiliate link down in the description as well. You can buy whatever you want with this Amazon affiliate link. I just get a small commission back, which goes back into the channel, so that'd be greatly appreciated. If you guys have any other questions regarding this install, drop them in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you. And like I said, give this video a huge thumbs up. That is all I have for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.